wow, Priscilla, why you love it like that? Okay, I'm blushing. Anyway. And I make YouTube videos about career, travel and lifestyle and anything in between, just take you along as I navigate life in my 30s, yeah. And I'm drinking orange juice because I feel like I'm always drinking orange juice. It's the season I live in Pakistan if you're new here, and it's the season of oranges, so yeah, vitamin C all the time. So I wanted us to talk about a topic that, I don't know, I have no problem with it, but it seems quite many people, how do I say, have reservations, or there's a lot of stigma around it, and I don't understand why, but it's online dating. So I wanted to just share a few things. I mean, I am not online dating anymore. It's not something I'm doing anymore. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, in the past I have been on apps in the past, especially when I lived in Senegal and in South Africa. And the reason why I say that online dating is not only for if you're looking for romantic love, it's also a very good platform if you are just looking to connect and meet new people in a new city. So I've been on I've been on an app called Bumble, and I was also on a website called Christian Dating Online, and that was like 2018, and then yeah, 2020, I guess, yeah. And so on those apps, there's always a part that says either you're looking for friends only or looking for a romantic relationship, and then if you're looking for friends, it's open for both men and women. So they will bring you all kinds of people in your area code. So yeah, and my experience honestly was very good. I will not lie. I was extremely privileged that I had a very good experience. I know some people have had nasty experiences on dating apps. I had a very good experience. Bumble, there is a free part, and then there is a paid. You can also upgrade like premium. Guys, it's not an ad. I was just a very impressed. How do I say? As an impressed user, let's say. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Bumble was actually founded by a woman who I think had left Tinder because of the way I think Tinder was being run. I have had really nasty experiences people have shared about Tinder, so I'm not really a big fan, but to each their own, yeah. I have friends who have met their partners on Tinder, and they're good men and good women. So it really, I think there's no hard and fast rule. I think you just have to do what works best for you. These are some of the tips if you're interested in starting online dating. I know Valentine's Day is around the corner, and you may be single and feeling a bit triggered and feeling a certain way, so you may end up deciding to go online dating. But I just want you to keep this in mind as you start. Yeah, number one, your profile picture is quite important in terms if you want to like get matched correctly. Personally, I do not recommend you to put thirst traps, because then those are the kind of people that you'll be getting, so if you're putting like cleavage a lot, or like yourself in a certain pictures, certain poses, then you're giving a certain message to a certain kind of man or woman, that this is what I'm looking for. So in a way you sort of get people who are not serious. I would rather you put like of yourself doing something fun, maybe like outside, going to the gym, or doing like maybe some outdoor sports or activities, just to show the people that look, I'm beyond just a beautiful face. I also have these things I like to do. So yeah, I would encourage that you put some decent pictures, because I feel like people respond to profiles with the pictures more than those that don't have, because honestly I think people want to first see like if you're a real human being and you're not catfishing them. But then the second one, I would also recommend, if you can afford it and you're really serious, I think if you can afford it, I'd rather you go for the premium, because I feel like premium, they help you to, there are people who pay are a little bit more serious than those who are on the free version, you know. And then I think they can even recommend like people who are in your area code and those who may not even be in your area code. But yeah, and then my other tip would be, if be honest with what you want right from the start. I remember meeting a guy, and he asked me, oh, so he was, I think, Senegalese, Swiss, and he was in the country for like I think a month, and then he was very honest with me when we went out on like a drink, and then he was like, you know what, you're very fun and everything, but I'm actually looking for a Senegalese woman, a woman who lives in Senegal, because this is what I really want. I want to come back home. Like, so he was very, very honest right from the start, and I feel like that really helps if you are going online dating. Be very serious, not serious, but be honest. Like, you know, don't need for you to pretend. Like, if you want a serious relationship right from the start, say like, look, I'm looking for someone who's serious. I'm not here to play games. If you're looking to play games, say it like, look, I'm just looking for someone who's just a good time. I'm not here for anything serious and stuff like that. So it helps because both of you already it helps you to clear the air quite quickly, you know, instead of wasting each other's time. So yeah, and that I found that quite impressive. I was very, very impressed. I told him, oh, that's really nice, thanks for being honest with me, thanks for telling me right from the start and stuff like that. So it and then we stayed friends after, like, you know, would meet up for drinks once in a while, but we knew there was nothing, you know, we're just being friends. So it was quite good. So I think that it really helps if you're going online dating to remove those assumptions right from the start. And then the other tip that I would say is safety is very, very important. Be extremely cautious where you meet these people. Of course, I don't recommend you meeting these people in your home or in their home or in a private room or private, you know, those very private locations. I would highly recommend that you meet them at a very public restaurant, some like a busy restaurant, some a place where you can't easily get kidnapped, or your drink can get spiked, or like if it's at least there will be people, like, you know, it's just be extremely cautious, because you don't know who's out there. You don't know what kind of predators live on the internet, you know, so you never know. And of course, we know that sometimes women, unfortunately, we are more susceptible to, you know, to falling prey to such people, because they sort of come, you know, in a certain way. So just be extremely cautious. And also, if you're going to meet these people and you're in a foreign city, like I used to live in Dakar, always tell someone back home that you know you're going out to someone that you've never met, or you're meeting for the first time. Or if you have friends in the city, tell them, or let them come, you know, and be around if possible. Like, just, or maybe meet them in a place where you know they can easily, you know, bump into you. Like, do not meet them in extremely private places or by the beach alone, you know, like at night. Like, do like an easy brunch, like meet at 11 during the day. You can, you know, then if the conversation isn't going well, like, you can like, oh, but I have a lunch thing to go to. So but if you don't meet them like in the evening at 8 p.m, you know, like for the first time, you know, as you get to know them and you develop trust, then you can, you know, of course, meet them as and when you feel like. Yeah, so just like be cautious. Of course, we have all watched the Tinder swindler. Do not give men money the first time you're meeting them. Do not, even if this guy has carried a Rolex watch for you as a gift, and then tomorrow he says, oh, please stay woke, stay alert. Like, scams are alive on the internet, so be extremely cautious with your money, with your cards, your personal information with this person. You know, try not to be as personal with them the first few dates, you know. Yes, I said be open, and yes, be real and what you want, but at the same time, exercise caution, you know. So sometimes you can tell the person's energy that it's off, or maybe they're love bombing you, they're being too much. So just be alert, you know, be cautious. And if you make mistakes, it's okay. Of course, like, we learn, but try to learn from those mistakes. And then what other thing would I say? I would also highly recommend to stay away from alcohol the first date, because I feel like alcohol generally lowers your inhibitions, and it makes you, sometimes for many people it makes them a little bit, you know, their judgment can get easily clouded, you know. So I would highly recommend that if you're meeting them for the first time, and I'll try, like, try to just be drinking like something normal, because I feel like alcohol just totally escalates things so quickly, and you're like, oh, okay, wow, what happened, So if you can avoid it, I would highly recommend to avoid, just for caution, and then after you can proceed as normal, because I know online dating is very good, but also there's many people who have been scammed, who have been attacked, who have been raped, who have been, like, whose lives have been changed by just meeting one person who's just wicked online, so just be extremely careful. But other than that, I would definitely recommend online dating if you're in a new city, or if you're even back home, like if you're looking to meet new people, because I feel like sometimes the way our lives are designed, especially if you're like in your 30s, meeting people becomes harder because it's just so busy, and also your circles are so already formed, and usually our routines are like from home to work to church, and so it's quite difficult to meet new people. But I think that online is such a good space to meet new people who are serious and stuff. But also, if a guy is, I highly recommend to meet quickly. Don't stay too long, like don't talk 5-6 months without meeting if you can help it. I really highly recommend, like, maybe in the first, if you're in the same city, honestly, within 1 week you should meet up, because sometimes the chemistry online is very different from chemistry in person. So if you're in the same city, honestly, what takes you too long? 1 week is enough. You can meet up. If you're like us who are distances apart and stuff, I get it, then it can become a bit different, but also then it's good to plan a meeting as soon as possible. But imagine you don't want to chat for 6 months without meeting, then you meet in real life, and stuff is quite off. You've invested already so much time and so much emotion and so much, so yeah, I'd highly recommend that if you can meet as soon as possible. Do not over stretch the online communication, because sometimes it's good to, it can get tiresome if you've not made that physical contact, with the person. And yeah, but anyway, other than that, I feel like if you are thinking about it, I would highly recommend just exercise caution, and yeah, just put in practice all the things we talked about. But I highly recommend, I've had good experiences, and just do your research about the apps you want to go on, and the online dating websites you want to go on. But it is a very, very good way to meet people. I think I know 2 UK girls who have met their boyfriends online, and they've been quite open about it. There's one is called Tony, and the other one is called Jenny Jenkins, and they all met their dudes on Bumble, and they're like having beautiful relationships. It's been like 1.5 years now for both of them, and they're like thriving. So I don't think that you should be stigmatized for saying you met your dude online or you're doing online dating. I think there is no harm. The same way online dating is the same like being match made. Like, you have a friend, I have a friend, I know a friend is single, we say, oh, by the way, you two guys should meet. That's same. It's the difference is here it's being done by an app, but yeah, so don't bow to the stigma. If you want to do it, please go ahead and do it, and I highly encourage. But of course, pray about it. Do not go just like that, like, ask God to help you, to show you. And yeah, also swipe. Like, don't be ashamed to swipe. If you don't like someone, no need to be patting them. Just swipe them left. If you like them, swipe right. Like, so yeah, enjoy the process of dating, and I wish you guys a happy Valentine's, and hope that next Valentine's this year, we'll be celebrating being partnered up for the glory of God. Okay, bye guys. Anyway, please do subscribe if you need to subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Ciao.